You wrote a letter while the president wasn't here and you were holding the fort, and you signed off as acting president, which doesn't exist in our constitution.
There was this, the current vice chairman of chancellor of the university. Is it Alpha Robinson?
Yes.
Is it Alpha?
No, not Alpha.
No, it's the other one. The brother.
Alpha was the brother at Nawek.
Yes.
This is Herbert.
Herbert. It's Herbert.
Yes.
Herbert wrote a letter to His Excellency asking him to support his candidature for a position he applied for at Habitat, UN Habitat. Mm-hmm. And His Excellency had gone, he was in Mauritania for a mission. Mm-hmm. So according to the letter he gave me all administrative responsibilities, coordination of government business, entire government business. Of course, administration, including responding to letters, correspondence, and so forth. And when the letter came, Abdoulaye Jara was then the PS. I asked him, I dictated the letter to him. We had an excellent letter. I said, then I wrote on the, to sign off, I said, acting president. PO, like par ordre in French, is par ordre, which is on behalf of His Excellency. Par ordre, on behalf of His Excellency. I told Abdoulaye, I said, Abdoulaye, is this in order? He said, it's in order. I said, well, take it to the Ministry of External Affairs. Ask them whether it's in order. If it is not in order, let them tell us what is in order, and then bring back the letter for me to sign. Abdoulaye came back and told me, yeah, Ma, they said everything is in order. The letter left the Minister of External Affairs. It went to the UN mission in New York. Then Honorable Dr. Mamadou Tangara was then the representative, our representative.
Permanent representative
representative in New York. The letter got to him. When the letter got to him, he also, then he called, he sent the letter to the presidency and said that I had signed as acting president. You see? So the president called me when he came from mission. Yeah, he came from mission. He told me, well, they said you had signed a letter and as acting president. And
he said they, without being specific as to who did.
Yes, he said they said you signed a letter as acting president, and that is, I have found out that is unconstitutional, and it's not also, it's undiplomatic. I said, well, Your Excellency, at the time, I signed so many letters. I said, I can't remember signing a letter. I can't remember which subject it was, but I will find out and come back to you. I looked at the records and I found that was the letter. I brought the letter to him. I said, but Your Excellency, this is within the mandate you gave me. When each time you travel, you write black and white, these are the things that are responsibilities that you want me to fulfill, and this is within the realm of the responsibilities. He said, yes, you know, but it's not it's unconstitutional. I said, Your Excellency, this is how, that's what they have convinced you to think. That's how they want you to think. I said, but there's nothing wrong in this. I said, but if you consider what people are telling you, I say, I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry about it. It's not because I did wrong, but I'm sorry about it. Because at the end of the day, you are my principal, and you are the president. So he said, okay. I said, and I asked him, I said, Your Excellency, have you forgiven me? He said, yes, I've forgiven you wholeheartedly. I said, okay, let's turn the page. Then again, because I still realized in his, the way of doing things, he was very cold to me.
Oh, he gave you the cold shoulder?
Cold shoulder. I decided to send Honorable Habib Drame to him. I said, Honorable, I have discussed an issue with His Excellency. He said, yes, he has discussed it with me. I said, please ask him. He has forgiven me as a believer, and I trust him. I said, but please ask him. Join me in also asking him, just as we do culturally, to forgive me. Honorable Habib did the same thing. I again sent Honorable Malamin Job, Minister of Works.
By Lamin Job.
I said, please, I have an issue. We have thrashed it. He has forgiven me, but in the way he's handling, he's giving me a cold shoulder, and I know he's still angry with this. So Bailamin said, why will you bend a problem? We will talk to him. They all talk to him. So this is not an issue. The issue is, I think it's political. That's my conviction. That is purely, removing me was purely political.
In order to bring in who and why?
In order to bring Ousseynou Dabo.
But Ousseynou turned the position down
He
initially.
did not. Well, that's what he told people. But he brought in Ousseynou Dabo. You understand? And when he brought in Ousseynou Dabo, for me it was okay. I congratulated Ousseynou because Ousseynou is one of my late husband's best friends. They are like brothers. They are best friends. So there is nothing fortunately, I thank God for that. There is nothing that happens to me that makes me angry against anybody. Everything that happens, I know God had already destined. So they were there. And what I would say, despite that Ousseynou replaced me, each time when he had crisis with Ousseynou, I went to him.
Oh, they had crises?
They had crisis. They remember when they were having crisis, talking at each other and so forth. I went to His Excellency many times and called him. I said, Your Excellency, you say this is your father. He says you are his son. I said,
one is Moses, the other is Mandela.
Yeah, I said, so please, 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 in the interest of the country, please, after all, you are the president, please make peace. He said, hey, you with your peace. I said, yes, that's my responsibility. I went to Ousseynou also. Each time there is crisis, I go to the stakeholders and I talk to them. You see, so for me, this happened, but this is not the cause of my dismissal.
It was political as far as you're concerned?
As far as I'm concerned, it is political.
And what are you most proud of all your achievements, during that 18-month period serving as Vice President?
As Vice President, I represented my country under the authority of His Excellency, or on the authority of His Excellency. I went to African Union summits. I went to OIC summits, and each time I went, I came in with victory. And it is him, His Excellency, who would tell me, oh, my colleagues, they really appreciate you. They think you have a lot of experience. You have represented us well. Thank you so much. I said, well, I'm doing it for you. Because whatever we achieve is you. You gave me the authority. And the OIC, the summits, one of the summits was for me to negotiate for this ECOMIC. Because when ECOMIC was coming here for the first time, people don't know. I was sleeping just for 1 hour when Colonel Baji called me, Ma. Usman Baji. Ma, he woke me up. Ma, the Senegalese are here to invade us. I said, no. They are here to keep the peace. I said, just allow them. So I organized, managed, influence. I said, bring your people together, talk to them quickly, and go and welcome them at the ferry. And that's what they did. ECOMIC came. You can see, when ECOMIC came, I was all the time engaging them and reminding them about their mandate to keep the peace and to respect our people in uniform. Because we don't have any people more than these people. They are gallants. They have been in the world and demonstrated their gallantry. So I said, you respect them. And that was the harmony they really played. The other thing is, I went to the OIC. I went to OIC Istanbul twice, and fortunately, I was able, through working with the team, because one person cannot do it, with Ambassador Omar Jibril Salah, very competent ambassador then Saudi, and my team, my permanent secretaries and so forth. We worked very hard to influence OIC to give us the chairmanship. We got the chairmanship for ECOWAS, for OIC. And then also, when I went each time I went on missions, I would ask all the ministers to tell me what some of their concerns are. And sometimes of course I know I'm in cabinet. So I would ask for things that they need, priority needs, like the ferries. I talked about the ferries. When I went and met the Turkish government, I asked them to give us the ferries. I asked them to expand the National Assembly, because I realized I went with the speaker then, Honorable Mariam Dentin, Jack Dentin, to expand the National Assembly so that the National Assembly members would have offices. I also asked them to really give us a state-of-the-art, the Francis Small Hospital, to really give us a state-of-the-art hospital. And I also requested for them, for Turkish Airlines to come here. And of course,
today we have Turkish Airlines
today we have Turkish Airlines. They agreed on all the things that I asked them, but the thing is that follow-up, there was no follow-up, especially when I left, there was no follow-up. And also when I went to the African Union, I was able to convince them with the support of the team that I had. Honorable Dr. Tangara was there, and Ambassador Access Guy was also there with other members of the team. We brainstormed, and also our senior brother Abdullah Jane, Mo Jane, really helped us to convince the African Union for Gambia to convince to come back to the ICC. So our coming back to the ICC was through my influence. We also came back to the Commonwealth Secretariat. Of course, you remember the Commonwealth that Jammeh had removed us. So those are the things. And then the Secretariat also, the OIC Secretariat, we were trying to, some government officials thought we should lease, rent offices, but I said no. So I went physically to meet Sanyang, Fafa Sanyang, Honorable Fafa Sanyang.
The former petroleum minister?
Yeah, petroleum minister. I told him, we don't have money. So, women, we always economize. I said, I want you to really give me space for the OIC.
At Petroleum House?
Petroleum House. He said, Ma, just go around wherever you want, we will give you. So that's how the OIC went to the Petroleum House. And after that, that was pending the ICC. And I also negotiated for the Chinese to waive the loan, $80 million loan that they had, that the government had for them. I signed also with the Islamic Development Bank a grant for them to have this mile 7 to make it office space, to build office spaces and create a fund through which we can use for development. I was also trying to negotiate for us with the central bank to have a sovereign fund, to establish a sovereign fund within the context of the OIC. And we made also projects for like rehabilitation of the roads, rehabilitation of the security services, training of the security service in Turkey. All of those programs we had with Lamin Sane, a very great professional, Lamin Sane, who was then the CEO of the, I'm thinking French now.
OIC Secretariat.
Yes, of the Secretariat. So these are some of the things that I did. Of course, the Ministry of the Minister of Gender. We started working on it with Seka.
Abdul Salam?
No, not Abdul Salam. This lady at the Seka, at the Minister of Health now, I think. We worked with it and my team with Mariam Kamara. Mariam Khan was my PS. We worked very hard on it, and with Nancy Mendy to have a draft, a white paper on the establishment of the gender ministry. And also I negotiated for the Women Enterprise Development Fund with the OIC, with the former ambassador of EU, Lajos.
Okay.
Yes. So I
You achieved a lot.
And also, of course, the plan, the National Development Plan. I was the oversight. Oversight for the
popular NDP.
The NDP. Yes, I coordinated it in concert with the Minister of Finance, Amadou Sane, and the speech that was delivered, and I prepared His Excellency to attend it. He wanted me to attend it. I said, no, this is your agenda. This is a key agenda. You are the president. You are going, this is your entry point. It's your key to coming close to the partners. So I prepared him. He went to Belgium, and we prepared everything. Even the statement he delivered, I wrote it.
Wow.
I wrote that statement.